Welcome back. This is episode number 370 of the Healthy Diabetic Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Ken Kniss. If you don't know much about my story, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 25 in 2007. And I'm the founder of Simplifying Life with Diabetes, a diabetes health coaching company that bridges the gap between your medical team and the daily complexities that you face every single day with diabetes. I truly believe that every single one of us living or caring for someone with type 1 diabetes only has one job, and that's to figure out what's going to work for you. If you're looking for new perspectives or new ideas on how to live with diabetes, you've come to the right place. Before we get started, please remember that nothing that you hear on this podcast should be considered medical advice or otherwise. Please always consult your medical team before making any changes to your diabetes management. Okay, I'm back in the studio. I have a very important guest. We're going to be talking about something very, very important that if you're a busy person and you got a busy life, you're going to love this episode, I promise. I got Kat Brown here. She is the founder and CEO of Lux&Lemons, a meal and preparation service company that basically is trying to build a really, really cool environment for busy individuals, women, families. So Kat, I'm so excited for you to be here. This is amazing. I finally got you on. We've been talking about this or at least I've been thinking about it for a long time. And then I finally got to ask you to come on and you're here. You're here.
And I'm here.
You're here.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I think the first thing that we should do here, just to give people some baseline understanding of you, give us kind of the cliff notes of what made you decide to build this company. What really drove you to create Lux&Lemons, and then we'll go into like some more about the actual company.
Yeah. It was 2018.
Okay.
I was a busy working professional. I worked in corporate real estate development. And I did not have time to cook. But if we rewind a bit from there, I grew up in a Greek family.
Okay.
My family migrated from Greece to
Yep.
the US. I was interested in cooking as soon as I could reach the countertop. I would ask my yaya and older aunt, my great aunts, teach me how to make that. What is that? So cooking was definitely our love language. Food is obviously such a huge part of Greek culture for anybody who's been to Greece.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, we'd sit around our entire family and have dinner as a whole family. So cooking was a big part of life. I did not have time for it anymore, and I thought I'm not going to give it up. So I was looking for meal prep companies at the time, and they were all very masculine, geared towards athletes,
Yep.
which is fine. But you get burnt out from roasted chicken, steamed rice, and steamed asparagus for every meal.
Yes.
So I tried a couple around the area, and it just wasn't what I wanted to cook for myself.
Yeah.
So then I tried HelloFresh, and I realized that was more work than just doing it myself because I now have dirtied every pot and pan in my kitchen and cleaning for 2 hours. So
Yes.
I could not shake this idea. And I should also mention my entire family, I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. So I was really the only corporate employee.
There it is.
So it was in my marrow.
Yeah.
And I couldn't shake this idea. My friends were all entrepreneurs, and they were like, you just need to do this. So I just jumped off the ledge and I did it. And I started out with friends and family and was cooking, 50 meals a week, something like that on nights and weekends, still working my job.
Mm-hmm.
And then that really just compounded so fast. Before I knew it, I was cooking 200 meals a week, 250 meals a week by myself. I realized I needed employees. I realized I needed a commercial kitchen. I needed all of the legalities, T's crossed, I's dotted. So I just figured it out. I built a website in 7 days. This is before AI. And I found a commercial kitchen and I just started going and I never looked back. I worked about 80 hours a week for solid 6 months. And then I just took the leap. I left my job and here we are. Here we are almost 8 years later, 40 employees.
My hero. My hero. My hero. Because I'm still at my full-time job. My hero.
And I should mention that the meals that I was looking for were meals that we all know and love that are familiar, chicken parmesan, lasagna, enchiladas.
Mhm.
I didn't want something that I didn't look forward to eating. And I truly think that the key in sticking to a healthy lifestyle is being excited about what's on your plate. And I wanted to show people you can be excited about what's on your plate, and it doesn't have to be the traditional counterpart you're used to, the
Yeah.
enchiladas at the Mexican restaurant or the pad thai at the Asian restaurant. You can make a healthier version and it still tastes just as good.
Yeah. I think one of the really interesting things that I love about Lux and Lemons and about you, is one, I know you on a personal level now, being at the gym. But the other thing is like when you look at something like HelloFresh, when you look at something like Factor, when you look at some of these other meal delivery services, like you mentioned, um, one of the big things for me has always been the quality of the foods that we're consuming. Like as a health professional, as a nutritionist, like someone who believes in that stuff, just like you, that was always the thing that was just the red flag for me when I would want to have one of my busy professional individuals, male or female, they needed some assistance getting good quality foods because they didn't have time to make it. They didn't have the time to do the things and make the foods that they wanted to make.
Right,
And these other companies are using ingredients that I would consider red flags for me.
right.
The first time I opened up your website, the first time I looked at the menu, I was like, holy shit, this is incredible. This is exactly what we've been looking for because everything is organic. Everything is like, doesn't have tons of ingredients, doesn't have
No,
40 different things in it.
no.
And I thought that was that for Lux and Lemons, I think that is a really special thing that you've been able to create. So kudos there.
Thank you. And a meal doesn't need all of those ingredients.
Yes.
It really doesn't. And it's not hard to achieve either. You can still have that flavor. And for us, the starting point for me was I'm going to make clean sauces because
Mm,
that is the hardest thing to find in the grocery store is a
right.
clean sauce.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my foundation of the company was a clean pad thai, a clean general sauce, clean ranch dressing, barbecue
Mm,
sauce,
yes.
Alfredo.
Yes.
We make our Alfredo with almond milk. You can't tell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't need all of that. But companies that want to scale fast and are dollar focused, they're gonna look at the bottom line. They're gonna want to profit, and
Mhm.
it's easy to add in fillers and preservatives and achieve
Yeah.
that. But that's not why we do what we do, so you'll never see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is one of the big things that I love about Lux and Lemons.
Thank
That
you.
because it just goes back to the thought process of good quality, healthy foods. The other thing that I want to mention, and this is for all of you listening, the other thing that I want to mention is the importance of a preparation, meal delivery service for that busy person, for that busy individual, for that busy mom. I know I've got a bunch of my clients on different ones. I'm trying to get everyone over to Lux and Lemons, but I've got tons of people on it because just our lives are so busy and it makes so much sense. And even if it is just, hey, I'm just going to get enough for lunches
Mhm.
because I don't want to go to the cafeteria at work, or because I don't want to really pack my lunch, or because I don't want to prepare everything, right? That might be an option. Or maybe it's just 3 meals a night when you know your family is, you got to take the kids to soccer practice. You got to take this kid here, this kid there. Like you're not going to be home. Like it makes so much sense to be able to go down this route and us having these options available.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we all fall victim of optimism. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm
Y-
going to make it. You'll even go as far as to buy the ingredients and let them just sit and die in
Yes.
the fridge.
Yes.
So, yeah, sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself. I think a lot of people have a hard time accepting help or even like going as far as finding help for themselves
Yes.
because you want to say, no, I can handle it. I should be able to meal prep. It's a lot of work. We live busy lives, especially if you have kids and especially if you have kids in sports.
Yeah.
We make a lot of cold meals for that too, like our
Mm.
chicken salad, our honey mustard chicken salad. We have like a Caesar chicken salad, and those are like my favorite when I'm carting kids around to sports. Just in the car, you can eat it cold with a fork, get
Done.
your protein, get
Get
some
it done.
veggies. Yeah, so you can't. you can't tell yourself you can do it all because you're just setting yourself up for failure, and it's okay to look for services to help. And, honestly, anymore with the price of groceries, it's truly not that
I was gonna
different.
bring that up. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did an analysis recently, and it's funny because if you were to go to the store, like let's say you wanted to order from a meal prep company and you wanted to make, like, we'll use 4 of our meals, for example, sweet Thai noodle salad, uh, Alfredo lasagna roll-ups, beef enchiladas, and Southern barbecue meatballs. If you went to the store to buy all those ingredients, I mean, it's honestly more expensive, and you're either spending about the same, but you're eating 4 of the same meal every, 4 days in a row, or you can have 4 different meals. And that's the key in not getting burnt out and
Mhm.
sticking to a healthy lifestyle and being
Yep.
excited about it.
Yep.
So, and I like to get creative too. I'll even take meals, I'll cut them in half
Mm.
sometimes. I think we're all on different budgets, and I'll take a meal, I'll take our chicken parmesan and I'll cut it in half and I'll make a side salad and I'll make 2 meals out of it.
Mm.
So there's all kinds of ways to be flexible with it.
Mm. How are I just thought when you brought that up, I'm thinking about the people that I have in Lux&Lemons, one of them being my mom, and she absolutely loves Lux&Lemons, by the way.
Oh, I love that.
She was really bummed that she had to stop doing it when she went to New York for 3 months.
Oh.
But, I think the interesting thing to what you're saying is the portions, right? The portions are big enough where someone could make it 2 or 3 meals.
You could, yeah, absolutely. If you wanted to grab something simple at the store, like a salad kit or just some like frozen green beans or something,
Mhm.
like our Alfredo lasagna roll-ups, I always make that 2 meals. There's 2 roll-ups in there. You could totally have it as a meal. And especially if you're in the gym a lot, then,
Mm.
it's totally doable. But I'll take it, I'll cut it in half. I'll take one of the roll-ups. I'll make some, I'll take green beans out of the freezer.
Mhm.
Costco green beans frozen are the best.
Mhm.
Warm them up, maybe a side salad. And yeah, for dessert, maybe have like a little Greek protein yogurt cup.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be complicated. It really
Mm.
doesn't. I think people overthink it.
I always think about that of the people do overthink nutrition. And I know for me, for so long, this is why I love like the idea of meal delivery service. For me, for so long, it's just like to sit there and try to prep meals on Sunday for every single lunch or dinner for the
Yeah.
whole entire week. That's exhausting.
That's your day to recharge. What are you doing cooking all day long?
But we've done it for so long.
I know.
For the people that want a good, healthy lifestyle, we've done it for so long. And I feel like in my almost 20 years now of being a fitness coach and a nutrition coach, there's a very select few amount of people that have the mental capacity to keep that going long term. That just becomes like part of their lifestyle.
It does.
And for me, like that's why I feel like this is such a great tool to put in our arsenal because the whole process of living a good lifestyle is sustainability.
Mhm.
That is the number one thing. When we talk about nutrition, we talk about fitness, we talk about anything. If it's not sustainable, then it should be thrown out the door and you figure out a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like when you go to therapy and you learn all the tools to get through life, right?
Yeah.
You need tools around your health and wellness. It's not just like on a cognitive level.
Yeah.
You need the gym workout that you're going to stick with. You need the gym workout when you're having a really bad week and you just need to go hit a boxing, box
Boxing
a
bag.
little, a
Box
boxing
little, yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
And same for nutrition. You need that tool that, this is my go-to for when I'm going to be busy next week. This is my go-to for when I'm on vacation or I'm traveling for work.
Mhm.
This is my go-to when I, just need to have an easier, lighter week and grab stuff from the grocery store. And it's important that you have different options so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And now you're telling yourself, well, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to meal prep on Sundays. And then it's like, well, I haven't done that. I told myself I was going to do it 3 weeks in a row, and I haven't done
You
it 3
haven't
weeks in a
done it
row.
because it takes
And I
so
eat
long.
popcorn and pepperoni for
Yeah, yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or
important
go to
to be able to
fast
set yourself up. Or
food.
go to fast food.
Oh,
I know, which
yeah.
is it's easy to do, especially with kids, when
Eh,
you're in a
yeah,
pinch.
I've talked about this a couple times on the show with Graham, my co-host, and we talked a lot about convenience. and the things that like humanity, like humans like want in life right now, right?
Mhm.
And one of those is like having things convenient.
Yes,
And that's another reason why I think this is such an amazing thing because it gets away from all of that Sunday stuff. It gets away from all of the, I have to think about all the ingredients. I got to pick out what I want. Now I got to go buy it. Now I got to go make it. So I think that that is the other really cool thing about this.
for sure. I mean, we are living in the information age,
Mm,
right? We're not going back to the industrial age. We are only looking forward and we're drinking information through a fire hose. Everybody is overwhelmed, everybody is busy,
mhm.
everybody doesn't have time, and those are all counterparts of the information age. So, I am with you. There is no I don't foresee I'd love to, like, homestead, honestly, like, one of my dreams that I'll never I can't, doesn't work for me, but, in another life, I would
Yeah,
homestead and, like,
yeah.
make my sourdough from scratch every morning. But that's not the reality of
You can still do some of
2026.
it. You can still
You
make
could,
sourdough.
yeah, on your Sunday because you don't have to meal prep
Yeah,
and
there you
you have
go.
time to
See,
make
we're getting Lux and
sourdough.
Lemons. Lux and Lemons is coming today. We don't have to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the reality is that we live in a time that's busier than ever. Convenience is key across the board, right? Like, not even just with nutrition, even with, like, Amazon, like, putting things in
Mm,
auto replenish where you can have your toothpaste come every 6 weeks. It's setting yourself up to not have to manually do all these things
mhm,
is how you keep your mind right.
mm.
Truly. That and physical fitness. Because life isn't slowing down anytime soon. And
Just speeding
now
up,
with the
just
injection
speeding
of
up.
AI, I mean, we're
Have you guys used it? Are you guys using it?
oh, we use it
Oh,
everywhere.
I gotta I
See,
mean,
I'm
I'm
like
just a nerd about this right now. Like, I just like I'm just a nerd about the AI piece. It's making things go so
it
fast,
is.
but then it's so scary at the same
It
time,
is.
and we just don't know what it's gonna be like in 5 to 10 years, and maybe
We
even
don't.
shorter than that, like,
We don't.
um,
But it's here and it's happening, and just like when the internet came, it's like you better jump on
or
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 drown under.
yeah.
And what the great thing with nutrition, meal planning, and AI is the sky is the
Oh
limit.
my god, I can't this is
You
awesome.
can do anything on your own now. ChatGPT, for example, so here's how I structure my week to
Yeah,
keep my mind sane.
okay.
My husband and I, we order all of our lunches, Lux and Lemons. Sometimes we'll order some things for the kids if there's stuff they like on there, especially like breakfast. It's very hard to get our kids to eat breakfast. And I'm like, I know she'll eat that breakfast burrito,
Mhm,
things like that. So that's our starting point. And now we have to fill in all the gaps. So I'll typically cook twice a week. I will cook dinner on Monday and
mhm.
we'll have that dinner Monday, Tuesday. And then I'll cook dinner Wednesday. We'll have that dinner Wednesday, Thursday. And then the weekend, you know,
Weekend's a
pizza. We
weekend,
start to
whatever
live
you're
life,
gonna
right?
do.
We did
Yeah,
the 80% of
yeah,
discipline and now it's time to live the 20% of life.
yeah.
So that's kind of how we set ourselves up for success. But I will use ChatGPT and I'll ask the kids what sounds good this week that they love making. They call it sushi tacos. And so we take salmon, the little seaweed wraps, some rice. I usually do brown rice, avocado, cucumber, and we have make little tacos. So I'll say, okay, we're going to do sushi tacos and we're going to do, like spaghetti squash bolognese, something like that. And I'll plug everything in. And I'm like, I know this kid only eats these snacks and this kid only eats these snacks and she'll only eat this for breakfast. I tell it to ChatGPT. It pumps me out my grocery list. It tells me here's what you need. Here it's organized by section of the grocery store if I want to physically go in, or I can order it for pickup on my phone. So it is
Yeah.
there's a lot that's going to come with it, but if you grab it by the handlebars and use it for yourself, it can make meal planning way more palatable for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, AI is crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. It's just like it's so interesting to me and also hearing how other companies are using it and how
Yeah.
people are using it to their advantage, how people are using it in their personal life, whatever. It's funny that me me and my wife don't necessarily see eye to eye on AI, but that's okay. She doesn't
Yeah.
have to use it every day like I do.
My husband works in we know Dustin
Yeah.
from the gym. He works in tech, so we're
Oh,
embracing it.
it's
It
embracing
may come
it.
and eat up his job if he doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So, yeah,
That's
it's
very
there
true.
we'll see. We'll see what the next 5 years look like.
So
Who
crazy.
knows? But I always think to myself, is this what our parents said when the internet came along?
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
I'm
I
betting
mean,
you it
maybe.
is.
I mean, I don't feel like the internet moved this fast
It
though.
didn't. No, you're right. It definitely didn't. I think the smartphone might be a better
Yeah, maybe.
example. When the smartphone came along is
Yeah, and it took
yeah.
so long for them to get on that bandwagon.
I know. I know. I know. My
Like,
parents are
my
finally on
my
smartphones.
in-laws, like, it took them so long to not have a flip phone.
Yeah, actually, my dad still has a flip phone, what am I saying? My mom loves her iPhone, she loves her Facebook app,
Yeah,
but my dad is still flip phone, and he
yeah,
won't text either. He's like,
yeah.
"You can call me if you
If
wanna talk."
That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay, so I wanna go in another direction I think it's important to talk about, and it's diversity. Like, we've talked a little bit you talked a little bit about it. Talk to me about the diversity and how you came up with the ideas of changing up meals. Because one of the other things that I have always been like, "Ugh," about HelloFresh and Factors, like, it's the same stuff every single
Mhm.
week.
Totally.
Lux&Lemons isn't like that.
No, we have 300 recipes to date, and we're always adding new. So,
Yeah.
yeah, every time I hire on a leadership position in the kitchen, they're like, "You have how many recipes do I have to learn?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're gonna never be bored, but
Mhm.
neither are our customers." So variety is everything. We are very obsessed with our customer. One
Mm.
of our big core pieces of our marketing strategy is customer feedback. We want to be in constant communication. What do you like? What do you not like? What are you not? What needs are we not meeting of yours? What needs are we meeting? And a big one consistently throughout the years is menu variety is
Mm.
like the most important thing for me.
Mm.
Obviously, like I need it to be healthy, but I need variety in the menu. And you're right. A lot of the bigger box guys do, they'll have 40 different meals on there, but they never change. They are the same meals for 3, 4, 5 months at a time. So
Yeah.
our menu changes every week, which, it's either for our culinary team, it's either for you or it's not for you. I've had a lot of restaurant workers come through Lux and Lemons and they're like, I want to go back to where I had to cook the same meal every
Every
day.
day.
This is too much.
Yeah.
But our menu changes every week. The entire menu changes. Nothing that's on this week's menu will be on next week's menu. So
Yeah.
you cannot get bored. And we're rotating through 300 recipes. And, we have a seasonal section. So I can't believe that we're already here, but pumpkin season is coming up. So all of our pumpkin fall dishes, I'm already mapping those out in upcoming menus. And then we'll have our summer dishes, our winter, like more heartier, like
Mhm.
shepherd's pie, things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then our spring, like salads, wraps. But our core menu items, we have about 15 entrees on every menu. And we try to do a nice balance. So we'll do a couple Italian dishes, a couple Mexican dishes, Asian, American, and then I call it our miscellaneous category. So that's like Indian, Cajun,
Mhm.
Greek, Mediterranean, those kind of dishes. And it's super important because in my opinion, that is the biggest key to success, truly, is not getting bored and staying excited. And
Yeah.
I think that's where people burn out, especially when they're trying to meal prep for themselves, because you now have to think of all the ideas. And that's one nice thing about HelloFresh is, they're thinking about the ideas for you, but then you have to cook it. So variety is super, super important. But also, I look at our meals as almost like a food system. So it's not just you're coming and you're getting your, protein, carb, veggie. There's a lot of puzzle pieces that you can fit in for flexibility. For example, especially if you're diabetic, you want to you don't want to eat carbs too late in the day if you're
Mhm.
diabetic, right? You want to eat them earlier in the day, and ideally, you want to eat them with some protein and fiber so your digestion is a little slower and
Yep.
your glucose doesn't spike. So you could have for breakfast, let's say, you could start your day with some good protein, fiber, and veggies. You could have some egg bites, some broccoli cheddar egg bites with sweet potatoes. And then for lunch, maybe you went in and worked out. And so you're like, you know what, I'm going to have some pasta or some rice or something like that. So then you could have, more of a a heavier carb dish
Mhm.
like an Alfredo with penne or a pad thai or, General Tso's with rice. And then for dinner, we always have a low carb alternative. So you can now fit pieces into the system. So for
Mhm.
dinner now, you can have chicken parmesan with zoodles, zucchini noodles, or you can have sweet Asian meatballs with cauliflower rice and veggies. And then the final piece of the puzzle, everybody loves a sweet. You have to
Mm.
have a sweet, right? And it's important, even, for diabetics. It's important to find a healthy outlet for that sweet tooth if you have one. And so for us, it's important that we always have healthy fats and fiber in our desserts. So that way it's a balanced digestive um, result that you're getting from eating it. Like for example, our tag along bars are hands down our most popular. It's almond flour crust with a peanut butter layer and a chocolate topping. But the almond flour crust has a ton of healthy fat, and the maple syrup layer and our protein powder that we put in it has fiber. So you're not going and eating I mean, there's nothing wrong with going and eating an ice cream, but you're not going and eating ice cream or a Snickers bar or whatever. You're having this like, oh, this is
Mhm.
like like a healthy Reese cup, and I don't feel terrible after I eat it.
The diversity.
Yes, so you have to keep variety, and, like, I know I keep beating a dead horse, but truly, it is the key, variety, and then with our menu, almost every meal has that lower carb option, so you can kind of pick and choose how you wanna structure your week and your day out so you're never bored.
I think the other interesting piece to that is when you're talking about the variety piece, I'd be curious to know if you've gotten feedback about like, "Hey, it's changing too quickly."
Oh, yeah, we have so many people who have their, like, tried and true favorite
Yeah.
dish, and they're like,
Yes.
"Wait,
Wait,
when is
this
it gonna
isn't an
run again?"
option
And I'm like,
anymore?
"I'm so sorry, it won't be back for 2 months."
Oh my god.
So, people, our diehard customers know that when that wild mushroom truffle gnocchi comes on the menu, I'm ordering 5 and they're sitting in the freezer for the next 5 weeks,
Yep.
or however long until it runs again. And that is one tricky piece is maybe there is too much variety sometimes. And
Mhm.
you have to if you do order from a meal prep, whether it's us or somebody else, you have to find your favorites. And especially if that menu is weekly rotating, find it and then know like, okay, I might not see this for 4 weeks or 5
Mhm.
weeks, so I'm gonna order a couple and freeze them.
Mm. Hmm. What was the deciding factor to go to 1 week rotations? Or
In the beginning, I did monthly menus. So
okay.
it was like the April menu, or we're basically in August now. So the August menu, and that menu would not change for 4 weeks. And what I noticed was the first week we'd have stellar sales. The second week, still good. Third week starts to drop. Fourth week, nothing. And it was very hard for reliable projections to be able to operationally to stay organized. So I'm like, okay, well, let's taper it back to every 2 weeks. And that worked, but it really the sweet spot was every week
Mm. So
through
interesting.
testing, testing and seeing what would work. And then even to this day, we'll sometimes run dishes 2 weeks in a row because I'm always still kind of seeing like how long can we run a dish?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Especially if it's one of those dishes that's more complicated to make, it's nice to run it 2 weeks in a row. Like empanadas, for example, they might have all this extra batter, this dough, and they could use it the next week. So just trying to stay operationally organized, uh, ironically led us away from monthly menus and led us to weekly menus.
What about specials? Do you like to do specials like, "Hey, this is gonna be a special for the next couple weeks," or
We did that last summer. We did limited time. I've never done it before
okay,
in almost 8 years. And
okay.
last summer we did it. I don't know if you remember that viral beef taco bowl that was all over social media. It was like taco meat and then sweet potato, avocado, and cottage cheese. And I was like, I don't want that on the menu forever, but it is so trending right now. And I know I'm not going to cook it for myself
Yeah.
selfishly. Let's
Mhm.
throw it on and just say this is like a 2 week only thing.
Yeah.
And people really loved that, but people did and we did it with a couple other things. We did, like, a chili crunch chicken thigh dish with, like, a
Mm.
pineapple salsa, and, people were not very happy when we stopped running them.
I can only imagine.
They were like,
I
"Wait a
can only
minute, I really like
imagine.
that. Why is
Yeah.
it gone?" And I was like, "Okay, noted." So we'll have specials, but, I mean, you can't run with 300 recipes, we can't run
Yeah.
them all forever. Some things just
Yes.
have to fall off so new
Yeah.
things can come on. So you can't make everybody happy, unfortunately,
Yeah.
and, sometimes you just have to find that happy middle, that middle ground.
Mhm. What's your favorite dish right now?
Oh, okay. Right now, my favorite dish is the beef enchiladas.
Ugh. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting really hungry. I'm getting really hungry right now. Oh, cat.
I love the beef
Beef
enchiladas.
enchiladas.
Instead of using rice in the filling, we use cauliflower rice. You
Mhm.
cannot tell when it's structured in a dish like that. Corn tortillas have lots of fiber, low carb, and then we top it with our house-made Roja sauce and cheddar cheese, and I put Greek yogurt on top at home to add some extra protein.
Mhm.
That's my favorite. It's one of the first menu items I ever drafted up.
Mm.
So maybe there's some bias there.
But how often does it come on the menu since it's every
Every
week?
6 to 8 weeks.
Woo!
I
Is it on
know.
right now?
It was on last week's menu that just closed last night.
Oh, man. A week late,
I did
people. We're a
order.
week late.
I did.
We're a
Yeah.
week late, people.
I
Sorry. We're a
know,
week late.
sorry.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
hey,
that
we got
one
something to look forward to, though.
you do, yeah, that one of the all my favorites are honestly, like, the originating meals. So that one, the southern pulled pork with corn pudding and greens,
Mhm.
love that dish. It's if you've had corn pudding at, City Barbecue or a place like that, it's the similar recipe, but we use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream
Mhm.
for more protein, less fat, and kinda makes that more easier to digest. And then I'd say for my third, if I had to do top 3, during COVID was a really cool time for us. It was
Oh.
I was like, I had left my job in April of 2019, and I knew that in real estate, you get an annual bonus. So I knew that bonus was only gonna last me 5 months, and I had to figure it out after that.
Mhm.
So I had just gotten around to starting to pay myself and get into a place where I was like, "Okay, like, I'm on a full-time salary," and then boom, COVID happened, and I was like it's always like the calm before the storm. I'm like, What happens to us now?" And we grew faster than I could have ever imagined during
Well, it
that
makes
time.
sense during that time when everyone's needing
Yes,
doesn't wanna go to the can't go
and
to
you couldn't get
restaurants.
groceries from the
Yeah,
store.
it's like, "Let me order Lux&Lemons."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, if you remember, I mean, you couldn't get like, beef was hard to get at the store, meat, toilet paper, we all know that one.
Oh my god.
But
I
what was
just
super
talked about that the other day.
I
I don't
know, it's like you
understand it.
forget that that was a thing.
Just take a shower, people. Take a
I
shower. Come
know.
on. Just take a shower.
What was super cool about that time, though, was there was a lot of, like, top chefs in Columbus that were furloughed. Not I
Mm.
mean, that piece isn't cool, but they were looking for jobs, and we were busier than ever. So I was hiring anybody that would come in the door.
Mm.
And I had a handful of chefs come through Lux&Lemons at that time and make really cool recipes. To date, at that point, all the recipes had been mine, and which is great, but it's cool to have other minds, you
Mhm.
know? So one of my favorites, my third favorite is the wild mushroom truffle gnocchi dish, and that truffle cream sauce came from a chef through COVID, and he was actually the, chef at Lincoln Social in the short north at the time, and it is so stinking good. I mean, I highly recommend and that's one of those dishes that I would have that on, like, a heavy lifting day, like a
Mhm.
good workout day, I'd
Yep.
have that for lunch that day, and then dinner, I'd have something lighter,
Mhm.
but that's a good one.
Man,
If your mom hasn't ordered that one, she needs to order it.
I need to ask her what she hasn't
Yes.
had.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's been an interesting ride watching her do that and like having conversations every time she comes in to where'd you order this week? Like,
Yeah.
what's your favorite dish this week?
Yeah.
Like, and the reason I also brought up like the diversity and like changing it every week is because she said something to me one time. It's like, I wish they wouldn't change things so
I
fast. She was
know.
like,
I
I
know, you
want
get
the same
hooked.
dish. You get hooked and then it's gone.
I
I'm like,
know.
hey, that's just what happens. I don't know what
I
to tell
know.
you.
And then hopefully it happens one time, and then, the next time, tell her just stock up, you know?
Yeah.
Stock
Yeah.
up, you don't have to order for a couple weeks, and you
Yeah.
can eat that one.
Yeah.
I know. I know, and it's funny, our overnight oats are one of those dishes that we're known for. Overnight oats kind of were trending in the
Hmm.
early 2020s, and, people make them and they're okay. There's something about our overnight oats. Even I mean, I made the recipe. I will make it at home. I cannot make it taste the same, and
The
I'm
same exact
the
recipe?
same exact recipe, and I am convinced that the volume that they're making at one time,
Yep.
and the industrial stand mixer is the key. There's something about that stand mixer and that much
Mm.
being made, they're so creamy
Mhm.
and they're so good. So, you could try to make things at home that rotate and you missed it and you're like,
Yeah.
"Dang it, I wanna order that again." You could try. There are a couple that would be hard to recreate, like the oats, but do you know any that she's like, "I really love and I wish it
No,
would
not off the
run
top of my
again"?
head. Not off the top of my
You'll
head,
have to
yeah.
tell me.
I'll have to ask her,
Maybe I'll
yeah.
slip her a recipe or 2,
There you go. There you
unless
go.
she's not gonna cook it, and then I'll just tell her
That's
to
true, she
stock
probably
up.
won't. She probably is not gonna cook. That's the reason she's doing lots of lemons because she
Yeah,
doesn't wanna cook.
I know, I know.
So, yeah, she probably won't cook it.
Yeah, this is
It's
true.
funny that you talk about recipes at home because one of the things that we love at North Star, it's one of our favorite restaurants,
Me too.
is the Cobb salad. Like, that Cobb salad, it's
Yeah.
freaking amazing, and every time I have it, Kelly's like, "We can make this at home." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." And
Yeah.
we never do it.
Yeah,
We never do
I
it. We
know.
never try to do it.
I know. I love North Star too. I was actually fangirling because one of my cooks, he works part-time at North Star, part-time with us, and our sweet potatoes have North Star has the best sweet
Oh my
potatoes,
god.
the best. And our sweet potatoes have always been good, but the second he came along and took over sweet potatoes, I was like, You're hired for life. Just keep on making those sweet potatoes,
Yep.
okay?"
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I know. And is that the one with the dates? Chopped dates?
Yes.
Like at the sweet and salty.
Mhm.
I know. The
So
tough
good.
thing with restaurants, like I was saying, it's the sauces, the dressings. It's like the foundation of the
Mm.
flavor. So
Mm.
until you can get that dressing nailed down, you can't
Yeah.
perfectly mimic it.
Yeah. I think that has been the problem, like, we were not every time I ask Kelly, she's like I mean, she's we're I don't know how to make this sauce or this
I know.
dressing.
I
We
know.
can make all the other stuff easy,
I
but,
know. But you know
um
what? You'd be surprised what ChatGPT could do.
that's
You'd
true.
be surprised.
That's true.
You know,
Mm.
so some of my favorite restaurants, I wanna order from them all the time, but I'm not going to because I wanna remain healthy and feeling good. And so, something I was on a mission to recreate is the City Barbecue Peach Cobbler.
Oh, yeah.
So good, but dang, is it caloric.
Oh, caloric and highly processed.
Highly processed. So we have a gluten-free version that is full of fiber that I think is as close as you can get to that type of a peach cobbler, like scoopable, like with an ice cream scoop type of
Yeah.
peach
Yep.
cobbler. So that's been really fun too throughout the years, is going and taking all my favorite meals that I'm like, man, I can only eat this every once in a while. I want to eat it every day and creating the healthy version of it, which is truly pretty much every recipe we have. It's
Mhm.
a meal I've had at some point in my life that I'm like, man, I love this, but you can't eat 1,000 calories for every meal. You just can't. So how do I do this in a healthier way? And I've, like a I remember one of my friends, it was the first or second week that I was, I don't know, beta testing Lux&Lemons. And she's a fashion designer, so she's also a creative brain. And she came into my apartment at the time and to pick up her meals, and she goes, "This is like a mad scientist lab, but the food version." And I was like, "Thank you.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
exactly what I'm trying to
Yeah,
do here."
I mean, that's good when someone says exactly what you're trying to do, like, that's
Yeah,
perfect. That's
yeah.
perfect.
But going back to the beginning, I just dreamed of this world where all of the meals that, if they say get us off track or we fall off the wagon or however you want to put it, we could live in a world where we could eat all of those meals and they'd be nourishing and they fuel our body and we feel great after and we don't feel lethargic and we can eat them every day.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, we're forever pioneering that idea
Mm. Well, you're doing a
forward.
damn good job of it.
Thank you.
You're doing a damn good job of it.
Thank you.
Um, some final up questions before we got she brought some food, guys. We're gonna
Yes.
taste some food today. Um, where do you feel like, or where do you want Lux and Lemons to be in 5 years?
Yeah, I'm very crystal clear vision on this. We just moved into a new production facility in January this year. So we're in the Jenny's Ice Cream old production facility down in Short North. We went from about 3,500 square feet to 10,000 square feet. So we went in there very intentionally with the vision in
Wow.
mind.
Wow.
So for this year, we're finally planning on shipping. So
I
we're
was hoping she was gonna say these guys. I was
so
hoping to say
we are building out our shipping
this.
box. Very important that we get that right so the food stays 40 degrees all the way to your door from
Mm,
ours. And next year we will ship within the state lines of Ohio. And towards the end of next year, we will start expanding outside of the state lines of Ohio, shipping little by little till we get to nationwide.
mhm. That is some freaking amazing news right there. Oh, that's some amazing news.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
been a
guys are gonna
labor of
kill
love.
it.
So that our 5-year goal is to be nationwide and household name.
I love it.
Yes,
Love it.
and
What barriers do you see right now?
right. So barriers are there are guys out there that are bigger than us. You know, they have more spending power. They can bid against our name and paid ads and things like that. So there is that element. Um, the other element is scaling and making sure we're scaling at a pace that we can handle.
Mhm,
Because once you open the floodgates, everybody can order.
mhm,
So making sure that we're doing it strategically where we can handle the volume that's coming in, which we have an amazing talented team that's working on that like projection piece of it. And the one thing that's not a barrier that I hope never becomes one is there's nobody like us.
mm,
There's really nobody like us doing this. This industry is very masculine. There's very few female women-owned businesses in this area. So I think as long as that remains true, we'll be okay because we'll stay unique
mhm.
in the industry. And not to say there's anything wrong with a masculine brand, but I just think that like mom makes the best food, grandma makes the best food. You got to have that feminine touch on it.
Mm. I almost look at it even going a step further than that, which is why I love Lux&Lemons so much. I mentioned it earlier, and it's the quality,
Yeah.
right? So many of those masculine companies, like we talked about earlier, the quality is not the number one priority.
Yeah.
Um, Lux&Lemons, that's one of the number one priorities, and
Absolutely.
and I think that is gonna carry you guys forward
Hmm.
because our world is becoming more aware and understanding of how powerful and impactful good quality food is
A
for
hundred
people.
percent. And it's very funny. Quick story, not to tangent, but my grandfather owned a pie company called Quality Bakery a long time ago in the 60s. If anybody knows mountaintop pies, those were him in the freezer section at Kroger. So Quality Bakery. And when we moved into this new facility, the Jenny's ice cream production facility, the street is Quality Place and the company is Quality Holdings. So we are surrounded by quality. We will never lose sight of it. Quality is everything. It is everything. It is why we have the retention rate we do
Mhm,
because, with HelloFresh or Factor and those guys, they're heavy, heavy promotion in the beginning. They serve you they underdeliver, and then a lot of their customers leave. So we are trying to do the exact opposite. We are trying to over-deliver, so you love what's in front of you, and you keep coming back for more.
which sounds like a very simple business plan. Like,
Yeah.
why would you wanna push your customers away?
Well, you have a lot of white-collared guys. So this is one thing that also could potentially be a barrier, but the company has me, so I'll never let it happen.
Mhm,
But with scaling and bringing on investors and, venture capital or capitalist firms, you have a lot of white collar guys that are coming in and saying, you need to do this. We need to trim here. Your packaging's too expensive. We need to trim down food cost. And a lot of those people say, yes, yes, yes. I will not. Because I
mm,
know that's why we have had the success we've had,
mhm.
and we will never do that. But you get a lot of pressure. I mean, even us talking to investors, we're gonna have to bring on a couple investors to really scale nationwide. And, I've turned down some really big opportunities and some really big checks because I'm like, you're not bought into what we're doing. And I'm not going to change what we're doing because you
Mhm.
have a different vision. Even if that means we get to the end goal faster, we're not going to be the same company when we get there.
Yep, yep. That makes total sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. The money talks.
it
Money
does.
talks,
Yeah.
unfortunately, with some people.
Money talks with some people. But like I said, we are so insanely obsessed with our customer. I will never disappoint our customer,
Yeah.
which I think is a good segue into showing you
Yes.
some of our meals.
Yes. Yes, 100%. We're gonna eat some food.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat some food. We're gonna take a break, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we got our dishes. I'm so pumped about this. I'm gonna have Kat tell us about the 2 dishes that we're about to eat today, and then I'm just gonna dive in and just take it down in the face.
I love it. All right. So this is our chicken Alfredo with broccoli, and this has zoodles. We also have a penne option, gluten-free penne. And then over here, this is our fried rice with chicken. We do half cauliflower rice, half jasmine rice. We put it with a nice flavorful sauce, lots of veggies, saute it. Over here at the Alfredo, we do an almond milk sauce. So you don't have the heavy cream
I
and all
love
the
that.
calories there.
I
So
love that.
yeah,
I love that. All right,
let's dig in.
I'm digging in, guys.
Dig
We're just
in,
gonna
dig
dig into
in.
this. Our producer Ethan can have
Yeah,
something
I'm gonna
too in
say, Ethan,
here.
you need to get a fork.
Ethan's got to get some of this, man. Oh my god. Oh, guys, I'm only taking one bite. Lux and lemons, guys. It's where it's at. I'm telling you. You got a busy schedule. Holy God. Holy God. I might eat this whole bowl. You never know.
You should. You should.
Mm.
Yep. So you can check us out. We're luxandlemons.com. And as long as you order, new menus launch Friday. And as long as you order by Thursday at midnight, everything is delivered to your doorstep Sunday evening. Unless you want to do pickup, we offer that as well. You can pick up on Sunday or Monday.
Do most people do delivery or do you kind of have both going
About
delivery and pickup?
75% do delivery
It
because
makes sense.
convenience,
It makes sense.
easy. But, a lot of people do like the pickup option, especially if you're out of town on
Mm,
Sunday. You could just pick up on Monday.
mm,
So, yeah.
mm. Super interesting. Super interesting.
And no subscription or commitment. You
Oh
don't have
yeah.
to subscribe.
Just weekly, just get it.
Order. You
You
can
miss a
subscribe if
week,
you
like,
want. You don't have to. Just weekly, keep it
is there a
simple.
benefit to doing subscription versus
Yes,
buying it
you
every week?
you do save 8%. Yeah, by doing and for the subscriptions we offer, we have our balance meal plan, which is just the best sellers every week, 5 of them. We have Nourish, which is our low carb, and then we have Foundations, which is our gluten-free, dairy-free. They
Mm.
each have 5 meals, set it and forget it. You can pause, cancel, skip on your own.
Mhm. Now we've talked about this before because my mom was a prime example of this,
Yeah.
where you guys had a specific package, like you can get 5, you can get this, you get this. Um, are you guys customizable now in terms of like, hey, this week I want 12 meals, this week I want 3 meals, this week I want 5 meals? How does the packaging work?
It's not official news,
Oh,
but I do have literally I have a phone call after this. We are launching that option. We just brought on a new software onto our website, so you will have the set it and forget it plans where we pick the meals for you, and then we're also launching a build your own box. So you can now go in and pick your meals. You'll get your discount and have them delivered to your house.
Lux and lemons, guys. It's where it's at. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say here. It's Lux and lemons. It's where it's at. I mean, Kat, this is amazing. I'm
Thank you for
so
having
excited.
me.
I gotta take another bite. I'm so excited that I finally got you on the show. Um, if someone, it just like, if, is it the easiest way? Just go to the website, sign up, make your first order. Is that the easiest thing to do right now?
Easiest thing to do right now and exclusive for your listeners. If you use the code TAKE20, that will give you $20 off your first order.
I love it. You guys better get on that. I know I'm going to get back on that. I'm telling you what, as soon as I get home today, I'm going to tell Kelly, we are ordering some Lux and Lemons food.
And you haven't even tried
and
the
I haven't
Alfredo
even
yet.
tried the Alfredo. I mean, this is amazing. Kat, thank you again for doing this. This was amazing. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to the new newsletter. There's a new newsletter that just dropped today. I'm so excited about that. There's going to be tons of stuff that are coming. It's going to be coming out every single week in that newsletter. Yeah, it's thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.